How many times have you told yourself that you wanted to make a change? When the timing's right, when you have enough money, when you're secure enough with your job or your relationship, when your kids are older and are able to fend for themselves. We constantly put up our own roadblocks to keep us from the things that we think will truly make us happy. Growing up in cities like this, some see it as endless opportunity. Others see the ongoing stretching out streets of buildings and people as a cage and a restraint. Are you the person that is going to do something one day? Are you the one telling all your loved ones and friends that one day I'm going to do this, but never do? Are you too afraid to do that thing that you've always talked about for the sheer fact of it being uncomfortable and scary? I was that guy. And once I took control and decided this is when it's happening, I opened a new door for myself. I am not a content creator, and I am not an influencer, nor do I aspire to be. I'm a blue-collar worker, born and raised in Mississauga, Ontario. And this is the story of when I had finally had enough. Because, really, we all have the power to enact change in our own lives. So, go change something.
Who am I? Why am I here? I'm a photographer, first and foremost. Till around 2010, I never even touched a digital camera. My medium was always film. I love the warmth of it, love how each frame captured was a product of the light information being burned into the film, as if to trap the exact moment here as form forever. The digital world always seemed so clinical. My perception was that it was no longer an art form. As we grow, I find it's effortless to lose all that we enjoy. To build a business, a family, to become a responsible adult. All the hobbies and little things we used to fill our time get filtered. They get filtered out through a calendar. After my first long-term relationship, where my sons were born, I was alone for a long time. I had forced myself to rediscover myself. As the only other option was to drown in self-pity, and that's not a good look. Somebody asked me one day what my hobbies were. I searched myself for an answer, but came up empty-handed. Until that point, it was the same routine day in, day out for over 5 years. You wake up 4 a.m., work by 6 a.m., you're home by 8 p.m., eat, TV, bed by 11, and that sucks. I was in my late 20s and I already felt like a miserable old man getting ready to be taken out to the pasture. It wasn't until I was out of town for a month that summer for work. We had multiple job sites to hit, from Temagami all the way out to Kenora. For those who don't know, Ontario is fucking big. Seriously. It took me less time to drive south to Florida than it took me to drive west into Manitoba. While halfway through our trip, I think we were in Thunder Bay. I was sitting in the hotel room and it just hit me. So I jumped on the classifieds. I arranged with a guy to meet me in the parking lot, and I got my first interchangeable lens digital camera. It's a Sony A5000. I realized quick that the digital sensor didn't limit artistic ability. It made it almost endless. It just required new skills and willingness to learn on a computer rather than in a dark room. I worked my way through several Sony bodies over the years until I got to full frame, which is the goal for most. But I fell victim to the gear rat race and the endless pursuit of megapixels and fast lenses. Even with all the gear I had, I still felt artistically caged. So a few years back, I traded all my full frame gear to a guy for all of his Fujifilm crop sensor gear, and I've never looked back. People say I went in the wrong direction. For me, the best camera in the world is only defined by how it makes you feel. It makes you want to shoot. Once you lose the obsession to find the newest and the best, it frees you up to be so much more creative. Which is the reason I was here in the first place. So fuck your sensor size, I don't care. These cameras made me love photography again. And that's worth its weight in gold for me. The friendships I have made along the way have been invaluable. I made short films here and there, and I've never really done anything with them because you have your imposter complex syndrome or whatever it's called. I never knew what to do. Like, who was I? Some guy with nothing more interesting to say than anybody else on the internet. So what to do? Much consult my good friends like Dice over at Discovery Camera, and through passed down wisdom from Casey at Camera Conspiracies, I decided to put myself out there. And when the wife and I decided to pick up and move 4.5 hours north, bringing my company, her company here to find new clients and a new base of operation, I figured, what the hell? I love Northern Ontario, I always have. For years I talked about wanting to drop everything and move up here. But it always seemed it just wasn't feasible. Anyways, I meant what I said. I'm not a YouTuber. And I don't know what to expect to happen here. Hell, I don't even fully know what I'm doing. So if it looks like I'm awkward and I fumble my words and I'm uncomfortable in front of the camera, that's because I am. All I know is I love cars, bikes, and wildlife. I love cameras. I love editing and making videos. And I love Northern Ontario. So I'm going to share this land with all who care to see it. Those who know me, call me Bishop. And I invite you to see my new normal. At the very end, I'll leave you with one of my favorite quotes that have pushed me on throughout the years. So I hope you enjoy. Look forward to seeing you again.